It reminds me of when I was little and I would argue with my mother. And we would have a debate, and I would sometimes win because I wasn't a dumb kid. I don't know how smart I was. I was definitely a smart ass, and definitely smart aleck. And so sometimes we'd be arguing and we'd have a debate, and I'd start winning, and then eventually my mother would just say, "Well, just shut up, and we're not going to the skating rink. I don't care what you say." And I say, "Well, what you just said, I just proved to you that that you really do have $20 and that you really do have the time to take me. And so why can't I go? I'm right." And she would say, "Because I said so." Right? Because and so what she was doing was pulling out the trump card. She was just trumping me dominoes, son, you son of a bitch, like just dropping the big joker on me of power. Power is the big joker, and economics is directly linked to the big joker of power. And I think that what's happened in the Middle East is a huge economic lesson for you. The reason that people are not stopping what's happening, the reason our politicians are not doing anything, is because if you look in the pockets of those politicians, many of them are black. It's very shameful. Look at who's donated to their campaigns. Look at who paid to get them elected. They're walking around like little zombie robots supporting anything. If you say, "Hey, here's a picture of 20 dead 7-year-olds that were murdered on their way to trying to go pick up some food because they were hungry," they just look right past it. Like so that's the danger of money. That's the demon of money. That's the drug of money, right? You have these intelligent people, went to Harvard and Yale, smartest people that there are, probably who want to believe that they are good people, and because of the money, they're literally supporting policies that are no less than demonic. One of the most horrific tragedies that we've seen in our generation or beyond. I just can't, so I just want to just mention that, eh, not just because I do care. I ain't gonna lie, you hurt kids, it bothers me, but also just the economics behind it, right? This is what money does. Money. So what happened? So I contrast that to times where I've seen black people say, "Well, that's not right." Money doesn't care if you're right, or that's not fair. Power doesn't care if it's fair. Or that ain't right. They how they gonna do that to me? That ain't right. They just did that to me because I'm a black man. Well, go keep whining, keep crying, because every time you whine, every time you cry, every time you bust out in tears because of how much white people have oppressed you and hurt you, all you're doing is reminding them that there's nothing you can do about it. It's really bad when men do it. When you have a grown man who says, and then literally the man he said, "I pray to God and I'm a good person and I'm a good Christian and I came out of the hood and I worked hard and they just ruined my life and they did that to me," and he's 50 years old and he's crying. And I'm sitting there thinking that really honestly probably doesn't have the effect that you think it's going to have. I'm not making fun of him at all. I'm not saying that he's a punk. I get it. He went through hell. But I will just tell you that there are some people who go through hell and cry about it, and there are some people who go through hell and fight back, right? And I think that we're trained to not fight back. I think that we're trained to dwell on our victimhood and remind everyone of what horrible thing they did to us and how it's not right and it's not fair, and you did me dirty, and they gonna keep on doing us dirty because that's what they do. They always doing us dirty.